Good morning, good morning, good morning, people. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. Good morning. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. And today's Tuesday, August 22, 2023, and the time is about 6:35 a.m. By mistake, I put down that it's the 23rd, but it's the 22nd. My apologies. How are you all doing? Yes, good morning. Yeah, thank you, viewer, for coming on. Good morning. I have an interesting topic today, very interesting topic that I'd like to share with you. And please let me know if the audio is on, if you can hear the audio okay. I do have my mic on, but you know how sometimes things you think it's working properly, but it's not. So let me know. You could just put in that a one for yes that you can hear. Okay. Yes, I haven't done an early morning uh, live stream as I used to do. Yes, good morning, good morning. Yes, thank you for coming on in there. Yes, thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Yes, we have a very interesting topic today. And um, I'm going to talk about um, a commercial I just saw a moment ago about Latin women. And why I do so is this. I want to explain to you why I'm going to talk about what I'm talking about. But um, as an introduction about this, whoever who you decide to be your life partner, to be anything with you, uh, that is your business. It is your life, and what you like in a partner is a personal one, and it's something for that person alone, the individual involved. Who you go out with, who you're attracted to, who you want to marry, date, whatever. You do you. So, how I'm here to talk about this subject about is finding a Latin woman the answer. Um, First of all, what is a Latin woman? And how do I get to even discuss this? Is finding a Latin woman the answer? Well, it's very simple. Um, I was watching a program, and I indicate this in the description. I was watching a program. It's called, oh, what's it called now? Earn Your Living, something like that. Earn your living, and it's a program. What I call a black program. It's a black man, uh, and his persona. He's a dark-skinned black male, and he wears. He's influenced by the Nation of Islam. That's a black Muslim organization. Their main headquarters in Chicago, Illinois. He used to be a member of that organization. So the Nation of Islam, they dress a certain way, or they have their influence. Like some may be a former member, but some may still wear certain clothing. So that's what he wears, clothing that's is influenced by that organization. He interviews other black people, black Americans usually, um, and he's what we would call an intellectual. He I would say is a deep thinker. And today he had a guest on, another black man. He seems to interview other black men. And today's topic was about clones. Well, interesting, because I think the clone and what I'm going to talk about with Latin women or Latin in general, I think it's all related. And so I was watching this program by this YouTuber, Earn Your Keep, I think it's called, the channel. Um, they while they were on a commercial, like I was fast forwarding the discussion. It was a long interview, it was, I think over 2 hours long, and I was fast forwarding it at times, and then a commercial came on. And when this commercial came on, um, I was shocked what they were showing. This um, group, it it was about how it came on. Like they showed a young woman, looked like she was in her 20s, uh, light skin, smiling, and they were asking like questions, like, "Do you like Latin women? What do you need to know about Latin women? Are you this and that?" All these open-ended questions, and they would have show different women in a alluring, all smiling, and but asking these open-ended questions, and to learn more about these women. And then the commercial ended. Now I was surprised, and that this was maybe 10 minutes ago, upon my doing this live stream. And I said, interesting that this black YouTuber monetized, evidently, um, or maybe not. You do have YouTubers who have uh, advertisements, but they may not be monetized. Like you have a program, a channel, but YouTube decides, we don't want to monetize you because we don't like your content or whatever. It's not advertiser friendly, blah, 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 blah. But yet YouTube will make money off of you and have commercials or advertisements on your videos. Okay, I just felt that I needed to say that. But either way, that you have a black American and goes out its way to get uh, black men in general to discuss very masculine conversations, intellectual conversations. And so I felt that, wow, this his YouTube channel to be, I thought, hijacked with this type of advertiser. Why would a YouTube channel like his, Earn Your Keep, I think it's called, and again, a former member of NOI, Nation of Islam, a very pro-black, black enlightenment uh, channel, have an advertiser come on and talk about how they worded Latin women and the need for the viewer of this program about Latin women. Now, all the women that they showed were young, uh, very light skinned, almost white in color, slim, and none of them were looking like the people, the YouTuber, what he looks like. And so I started asking questions. And I said, let me do a video about this. Again, what you like and who you want to marry, date, or attraction to, that is your business. But I'm going to talk about what does this mean socially? What could it mean socially? Well, the first layer of this onion is that the fact that this advertiser of this um, um, selling, so they're selling something. They want you to go to their website because they want you to find out more. And they putting in your mind that you should find out more about these women. Now, why wouldn't they introduce, have an advertisement of black women? It's a black channel. Why? I would say social engineering. They're projected because I know many black men watch this program, this YouTuber, black YouTuber, very Afrocentric Egyptology YouTuber. But yet they introduce and ask questions like there's something, it's to get you interested. It's planted a seed into the viewer's mind that he needs to investigate further about who this type of woman is. Why do you need to know about her? And why you should be interested in her. So social engineering, because see, they're not showing your woman from your community who is Afrocentric, who wears the type of Afrocentric type of garments that this YouTuber wears. Um, they're planting the seed to the viewer, and many of the viewers of this program, it's really geared for, in my opinion, black men or men who identify with the black culture, black awareness, Egypt, ancient Kemet in particular. They're bold enough, the advertisers, bold enough to even go in this terrain. Why would they go into this terrain? Something completely different. Now, one thing if they showed dark skin, what they call Latin women, but they did not. They showed women um, an archetype of a Latin woman. The archetype that they show is not a dark-skinned woman, but a very light-skinned woman, uh, almost white in color, straight hair, very alluring. And this is what they want you to, they want you to see Latin women. Latin America comes in many colors, but the color they want you to see is only one type. Why is that? Could it be that they want to erase your color? To erase your, the way you think about yourself, the way you think about your progeny? Why is that? Why? This is an important question to examine. Why? There's nothing wrong with any nationality of women. But you have to ask yourself the question, why would they not interject? There are plenty of black women out there who would like black men, but they did not show that in this advertisement. They specifically said a certain type of woman, and these men are not Latin men. Why would they think that a black man would not want a black woman? It's a black program where they're placing the seed of interest to when you it's like baiting. You are baiting the viewer to see that there's something that is lacking in this life, and they need to consider another type of woman and another type of woman outside of his own culture. Because again, this man, this YouTuber, is not a Latin based man, as far as I know, and is not interested in promoting things Latin. But this advertiser is somehow advertised and is pushing a narrative about what a Latin woman's supposed to look like, how a Latin woman's supposed to act like, dress like, in this short advertisement. Why is that? Why are they pulling your desire away from the women from your own community? Why don't they show the black Anglophone woman as someone who's feminine, graceful, domestic, knowing how to cook? Why don't they show that? Or intelligent? Why don't they show you that? Start asking yourself these questions. Why? Again, you like what you like. It is your choice who you bring home. But start asking yourself these questions. Could this be a trap for you? Could this be a trap to your community? Let me go further. I live in an area in New York City. I'm born and raised here in New York City. And we have a black mayor, even. Used to live in a very black neighborhood, South Jamaica, Queens. It's a very poor black neighborhood in its day. But slowly it's changing with immigration. But we have this man, this mayor, Mayor Adams. And you would think that he'll be connected to the plight of other black men. We have a crisis here in New York City. You go to the outer boroughs. When I go to visit family in the outer boroughs of New York City, I see decay within the black community, black men, black women. They walk around like zombies. I dare you to go to these outer boroughs. I went to the borough of Queens, and what did I see? Zombieland. You have a whole slew of new immigrants from Asia primarily. And the last of the Americans in this neighborhood is a remnant of Black America, and they walk around out of their minds. I don't like going there anymore and see this. And then even where I am now, in the heart of New York City, That's all I see too. Drugged out men, and men, black men that don't know who they are. Drugged out, pants hanging down. And many of these men here don't even know what gender they are. I am not over exaggerating. Or you always see them with what's now legal thing that they smoke. And they seem to be out of their mind. Or they just hang out at the corner, street corners. But around them, you have a growing number of immigrants, immigration from people where Latin women come from. And they live right here, being housed in these shelters. And I did make mention of the large amount of what they call migrant workers, where they're migrating to. They're migrating in a neighborhood near you. Jobless, moneyless. What else? Don't know the language or the culture. Now, again, this is not about slamming anyone who is seeking, let's say they're being persecuted in their country. See, if it was something like that, then they would be protected more. And you wouldn't be seeing them hanging out on the street. They would be in some type of program, something. They won't, if you're seeking refuge, you won't just be hanging out on the street yourself, right? There are all types of migrants from all over the world that's now in New York City, all over. But my instincts are telling me that it's something, an agenda that is happening on the guise of people who are being persecuted in their country, blah, 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 blah. But it's an agenda. And I'm wondering whether the commercial, the advertiser during a black program, black American program, are there for you to, yes, be curious. And again, using women. They didn't say Latin men to find out about Latin men, what are they like, and this and that, or these open-ended questions about you should look into Latin men. They specified Latin women. And I'm reminded in the Bible, the story about Samson. I think it's Samson and Delilah. Now, Samson, he was a godly man, but he had poor self-control when it came to women. What has happened in history, even in the Bible, what messed over the male leadership, even King David of the Bible? What was it that really screwed his family lineage? Women, foreign women, women of a different culture, a different way of believing. And it did them in. Both men, Samson and King David. See, the Bible and stuff that can really teach you about human nature. And that the same tools that's used in the time of the Old Testament is still being used today upon vulnerable men. And even though they might be macho, alpha male, but what was the nail in the coffin or the women that you bring in your community. What happened with Samson? Well, he was a strong man, an alpha male, and he was presented with this alluring woman from the his enemy's camp. She knew exactly what he would like in an adult manner. I want to be very tactful. I want to be very tactful how I wear this because, again, it's, I don't want this video pulled. But what happened to Samson was she was a plant. She was a plant. Yes, hello, viewer. Welcome to the show. Yes, the woman behind Samson, Delilah, I think her name was Samson, Delilah, she was a plant from the enemy's camp to seduce Samson to find out where his strength was. To find out his strength. And once and once they find out where his strength comes from, to sound the alarm. So this happened a few times, and see, he had lied to her initially, where his strength comes from. But he's a fool. He is a fool because he gave her several chances, but he lacked self-control when it came to women. He shouldn't have been playing with fire, but he decided to anyway because he liked what he was getting from her. And on several tries, when Samson shared with her where his strength came from, but he lied to her, and Delilah tried to, usurp his power, rather than, he did a wise thing to test her out, when he lied to her, what she's going to do with this knowledge. And when she tried to use it against him, and he just laughed, he should have thrown her out, in my opinion. So what does that, or let's say even King David, David was looking at Bathsheba. Why was she out in the pool nude in the evening? This is a very conservative culture. Maybe she did want to be seen by the king and allure him so she could influence him to her benefit. Not King David's people's benefit, but her own benefit. Could this be happening today with that commercial, that advertiser that came onto the program, the black program that I was just listening to? It caters to black men, black American men in particular, I think. Very alpha male program. It's called Earn Your Keep, I think it's called, Earn Your Keep. But yet on this program, it was interrupted by an advertiser, a commercial, and it showed you a visual of women, the archetype of what a Latin woman looks like. Now, Latin America, what is Latin America? What is that? What is a Latin woman? Generally, they mean people who come from, if it's the Americas, people from the Spanish or Portuguese speaking world in the Americas, like a place like Colombia, Peru, even Brazil. But Latin is really a language grouping. It's a language grouping of people. Latin also includes French speakers, like people from Suriname or Haiti or Martinique, Guadeloupe. Did I mention Haiti? And you know what else? Canada. Canada has a very large French-speaking community. But they really don't mean that Canada, French Canada. They really don't. But these would qualify for Latin based culture, the language. Latin women, it's a language grouping of people. But who they really are targeting as Latin women are, in general, Spanish speaking women, and also including Brazilian women, because they speak Portuguese there, which is a Latin based language. And what is happening in these countries? A lot of destabilization. A lot. And a lot of them being destabilized and are now being encouraged to come to the U.S. busloads and are driven somehow. They're being financed to enter in the U.S. You see many videos of families with small children. They dress clean. They have cell phones, smartphones and all that. They don't look like they were walking thousands of miles. Honey, sometimes after just 2 miles, I feel wiped out. I'm being real. These people are being bussed in from across the border and are being strategically sent into mostly Democrat districts like New York City and other places in America. Why is this? Could they be doing a Sansom and Delilah or David and Bathsheba? Could this be happening? See, one thing with women, see, the different cultures that are out there. What's happening, at least south of the border, not including French Canada, there's a lot of economic instability there. And it's in general a very, how do you say, a traditional society. The women are work from home. They're housewives. They traditional. The women stay at home and take care of their family, their husbands and their children. And generally, they live in extended families, so they might have grandmothers, aunties living there, grandpa, all living under the same roof. They're all one family. It's extended. And there's a lot of economic challenges to many of these people. And so, bring them in. Bring them in the U.S. In general, these people, it is believed that try to get them documented so that then they'll be able to vote in these elections. That is the aim, in my opinion, to get them in these democratic zones so that the number of people that I hear could possibly increase the chances of a particular candidate, political candidate, to get into office. And they know that to entice men and to entice men of color, in particular the Black American man, and do a Samson or a King David on them by presenting foreign women and putting seeds of ideas in his head, according to, with this advertiser that came on to this Black channel in question. to set questions, to make you inquisitive, to make you feel like it's the new flavor on the market and something that you should possess, something that you should have. Am I lying to you people? Am I saying things that are not true? Or am I presenting a possible scenario, what agenda, what could be happening? And again, who you like, who you're interested in is your business. They want you to feel that something else is better than what you have. But it's for a reason. Why? Once that woman comes into your home, she'll get to see what culture you have and be able to maybe take what you have or stupefy you like Samson. Samson was stupefied by this woman. Yes, she knew what he liked and gave what he liked, but it put him in a stupor. Is this what they're trying to do to the black man in America? To stupefy him, to, rather than being on the alert that his people could be in danger, to uh, their community being um, engulfed by people who speak a different language, different religion usually, different culture? Are they about you? Anyone that you bring into your home, are they about you or are they about their own agenda? Again, who you like, who you're attracted to is your business. But just be aware, is this person that you're bringing into your community, bringing into your home, bringing into your intimacies, are they about their own agenda? Are they presented to you to take what you have, to find out where your weak spot is, to use it against you? Ask yourself, why? Why are they targeting you? Because you are a Samson. You may think you're macho and strong, and you might be macho and strong, but you are being enticed, seduced, and neglecting the women from your own community. What's supposed to happen to the women from your own community? Why are they being neglected? Because, see, it is about divide and destroy. Divide the home. The home is the foundation of any community, regardless of race, religion. You divide the home in any community, you potentially destroy that community. Why do they want to destroy your community? Because you're in the way to the next agenda. They seem to always target Black America, Black communities. Black communities now seem to be located in urban centers. Urban centers, usually heavily populated. And when they're able to infiltrate your community, you infiltrate ideas. You could influence and put them in a stupor, in a slumber. So they don't realize that that they're in boiling water. They get real comfortable because it's nice and warm, and it gives you a sense of security initially because it's providing you warmth, if you know what I mean. And then it gets cooking, and it gets too late to come out, and you and the rest of the members of your community are destroyed. They know what you like. They teach you that your own is problematic. They are actually creating, in my opinion, this discord between the man and the woman in Black America. They want you arguing. They want you divided. We went through the worst together back in the day. Our families were intact. Look at the Jackson, Michael Jackson and his family, when he grew up, the Jackson Five, that family, the matriarch and the patriarch. They were all together. They come from a large family. Was it 9 kids? They lived in a small house. They all lived together. They were community. They were community. They didn't look outside of their own. They were community. And they worked together as a family. And that's also why they excelled at what they did. They had a drive, at least the father. I don't agree with all his methods, but he ruled his family. And what happened? What seemed to start to happen when the 1970s happened? And initially in the 70s, they had all the movies, the macho guys wearing their big fros, right? And they worked it, and those black leaders of the day in the 1970s, early 70s, they were all in college. All those black leaders, they were all in college and college graduates. They got their doctorates, people. They got their doctorates. And then the movies. It initially put you in a slumber because it made you cozy with the black heroes of the day. And you got seduced. And it was actually a mockery of you. And then they introduced the 80s and 90s. And it all fell apart. You fell in a slumber. And now they're introducing new flavors into the community to separate your family, your community more with foreign women. Women that do not speak the same language, a different culture, different language, different religion in general, to that of North America. And you're forgetting your roots, your history. You're forgetting because you're busy with a new flavor and introducing new concepts and new identities in those children. See, that's why in the Bible, it warns the leaders about foreign women. Now, yes, you had a story in the Bible of a foreign woman who marries into the line of David, but she was a godly woman. And when she entered, I forget her name. Those of you who remember her name, was that Ruth? Ruth. Yes, it was Ruth. She was a godly woman. She was a foreign woman, but she learned. She knew. She was a humble woman, and she wasn't about changing somebody's culture. She knew who she was, and she humbled herself, and she was exalted, and she was grafted on to that community. If you're going to have a foreign wife, get a godly woman that will graft onto your culture rather than trying to change your culture and change your God's plan for you. You're introducing new gods into your culture. That is not working on your behalf. It's putting you in a slumber, into a sleep mode. And you're losing your footage and control over your neighborhood. Once you have children from women, whether it be a Latin woman or any woman who is outside of your culture, Black America man, you're potentially open up a can of worms and disrupt the continuity of your community. You are putting yourself at risk. Monies also. Could these women be planted into your community to take your money and then ship it out and send it to their families, their relatives living abroad, making them strong and you weak? Look around you. Do we look strong? Do they look strong in the Black community? Or are their resources being siphoned out? In my opinion, we're being siphoned out of our power, our knowledge of self, and from our history. When you get people who do not think, act, or look like you, when those children are born from these unions, these children will acquire the identity of the mothers who raise them, who have them. And that is a way of destroying somebody's culture, a way of destroying their identity of self. So why do I think this advertiser came to this YouTuber's channel, this Black YouTuber's channel? Uh, I suggest just that it could be a tactic to confuse the black leadership to be seduced by foreign women who will learn your secrets, put you in a stupor, find what they can use to destroy you. And you're falling for it again. Please wake up, wake up. Please wake up, Black family, Black America, and all of America. See, they target the Black community first. And once they get their stronghold within the Black community, then they can strategically spread out like a cancer and get the rest of America, regardless of their race, religion, national origin, etc. And that is the real goal, I think, in all this. To destroy from within. Again, getting the male, pulling him away from his community, his woman, is a way to prevent family building with the Black woman, leaving the Black woman isolated, manless, familyless, and in jeopardy. This is sad. It's not like they had an advertisement and suggesting women, Black women, with Latin men. I've never seen a commercial, an advertiser. Well, actually, let me clarify, because see, the advertiser that came on to the program I was watching, the black program I was watching, did not specify. I mean, I'm going there. They didn't specify uh, that a man to like this woman. They actually, I don't think they actually said the man. So anybody, they didn't specify race either. Who was it? But again, this was a black channel I was watching, and they targeted that channel for a reason, because they know historically what you think about certain types of phenotypes. And it is actually hurting, it's detrimental to your community. Love who you are, people. Love the you. Love your women. And love your men. Both. We need to come together as a people. Because together we are strong. It just shows you the warfare against you. It's time to wake up. Unite. And no, I'm not promoting any violence against anyone. But waking up and to love your own and to protect your own is universal. It's a universal concept. Please do so. Please see through the deception. Love your women. Love your own. But if you are to bring in imports, foreign imports, just know what they're about, what their gender is, and to even test them. Are they trying to find your weak spot and use it against you like Samson and Delilah, David and Bathsheba? Destroyed from within, because something was introduced to the community. These stories are shared, these Bible stories are shared to teach you a principle so that you don't make the same mistake. I thank you for listening. And should you like this type of content, you may wish to PayPal me. To do so, go to my channel, Spirit Journey, and on the banner's right side, you see my PayPal me link. Click on the link and follow the prompt. And any amount would be greatly appreciated. And I thank you in advance for doing so. I thank you. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this live stream. And if you have questions regarding this, or you want to share your stories from your community and what you see happening, please share it below. Take care and enjoy your day and your community in safety. Take care. Until next time, folks. Bye-bye.